Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Roza. I'm with Heart's Desire International, and I had the amazing opportunity to be a part of Awakening Giants SoCal. And when I went on this experience, I knew it was going to be an adventure of a lifetime. I just didn't know how big of an adventure it was going to be and how much I was going to get out of it. I had the opportunity to spend 7 days with some of the most amazing men and women I've ever met in my life, and they were such an inspiration from all walks of life, all parts of the world, coming together, thought leaders, powerful people coming together to see how we can break through our own limitations, not just for ourselves, for what's possible, for that bigger why we have inside that keeps us going forward in our businesses and our lives, so that we can have that be fulfilled in the world. And I had the biggest breakthrough I would say I had was the breakthrough of breaking through my fear. Until I went to this SoCal experience, this Awakening Giant SoCal experience, I had experienced fear before, and I had done certain things to break through it. I had done a ropes course, for example, before. I've, trapezed before. But what I got on that trip is that I had always done those things in order to prove that I could have the courage to get through that moment. I never really cultivated in myself that I could be courageous, not because of the circumstance, but because that's already inside of me. And it was a huge revelation as I was going up the pole in the ropes course, and was so surprised that since I had done it before, I was still so terrified. It was the same emotions that I had the first time, and I thought for sure this time I wasn't going to feel that, and boy was I wrong. I just broke down and I started crying, and I remember I came down because I was grabbing so hard to those prongs that I had to come down and take off my wedding rings. And I remember that moment of being vulnerable and letting my sister and Sprite know that I didn't want to do it. And I just said it. I said, I don't want to do it. And my sister said to me, you don't have to, but you can. And we're going to be here with you. And they absolutely were, because I remember hearing their voices as I was going up that pole. And as I became paralyzed halfway up, thinking, oh, well, what I thought was halfway up. As I looked at the video, I saw that I was only about 5 feet off the floor, which is a very powerful lesson in what our brain can do to make us think that things are real when they're not. But in that moment that I felt fear, I remember hearing myself say, why is this so hard for me and it's so easy for other people? And in that moment, I thought, wow, that's what my clients say to themselves. See, I'm a love breakthrough coach, so I have people who come to me and they don't know why they can't make relationship work, and why their marriage ended, and why they keep doing the things that aren't working for them. So in that moment, I made a commitment to myself that I would break through that fear, because I wanted to be able to coach my clients to be able to break through their fears. And I knew that if I didn't do that in that moment, I wouldn't be able to do that with power in the future. So I kept saying their names. Every prong that I went up, I would say their names until I got to the top. And it was the most amazing and liberating feeling to get through that fear and be able to allow it to come up, acknowledge it, and not have it, like Eva said, consume me. It was a great experience, and it was the first experience breaking through fear, because the next fear that I saw the next morning as we were doing another activity was that I have been so afraid of leaving my corporate job. I'd been in the same job for 9.5 years. I really enjoyed it up to a certain point, and then up until the last year or so, I wasn't enjoying it as much, and it was working very long hours, sometimes up to 15-hour days, and I was exhausted and drained, and I couldn't figure out why I kept doing that. And I saw that what was keeping me there was fear, and I got that on that trip. And as a result of that trip, I declared to everyone who was there that I didn't know when and I didn't know how, but within a year, I was not going to be in that corporate job anymore, and I was going to come back into my company fully committed, 100% entrepreneur, not just halving it the way that I had been doing it for years as it was building up. And I'm very proud to say that about 3 months after that declaration, I made the decision and the choice to leave my corporate job, and I am now having the best time of my life, being able to serve my clients, to serve them fully committed, focused, and helping them to have the breakthroughs that they need, and making the difference that I was created to make in the world. And I know that that wouldn't have happened in the moment that it happened, in the way that it happened, if it wasn't for Awakening Giant SoCal. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be in that beautiful experience. And my life will never be the same again because of it. I'm so grateful.